What's going on, guys? It's Kyle from Spin Out Cards. I got a good one for you today and a quick one. We're going to look at 3 sets from Scarlet and Violet along with some sealed product that I think are going to start doing really well in the short and in the long term. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video, and thank you guys also for the support I've received on this channel recently. I've gotten a ton of new subscribers, a ton of likes on my vendor POV videos, which is awesome to see. It's super motivating, and I wanted to make a video to bring to light 3 sets from Scarlet and Violet that I think are poised to do really well in the short and also longer term future, with everyone's focus so hyper fixed on surging sparks and prismatic evolutions and the Team Rocket set that's coming. There's a lot of opportunity in sealed product right now at price points that I think are too good to be ignored, and I wanted to bring them to your attention. Let's get into it. Stop number 1. We don't even have to look that far back to find opportunity in Paldean Fates. This set, since the beginning of September, is absolutely blown up. We'll start by looking at the Pokemon Center exclusive ETB, currently sitting with a market price of $107, and it's gained 50% since the beginning of September. This thing has done nothing but slowly and steadily climb up to its current price point of over $100. The reason being, this card has banger chase cards. The Bubble Mew is probably my favorite card from all of Scarlet and Violet as a whole. Market price right now, $275.50. It's gained 174% since the beginning of September, and the reason for that is because PSA 10 versions of this card are consistently selling right at $600, as you can see here, $599.95 all day. There's also a Charizard in this set, let's not forget that. A pretty dope looking one for that matter too. Current market price of $143.91. This card, just like the Bubble Mew, between October and November just spiked upwards. It gained 31% since the beginning of September. PSA 10s of this card sell for consistently right around $400, $415, $390, $414, $405. That's a pretty good price point for a PSA 10 slab. For a set that's really not even that old. And let's not even forget that this set has an entire subset of baby shinies, which people are going to be ripping trying to complete their personal collections for some time to come. Some bangers in here too. There's Charmander's sick. There's the Pikachu that we all know about, the Raichu, and then of course this Abra is one of my favorite Abras ever. And if it were me looking to pick up a Paldean Fates sealed product right now, I'd be looking at Paldean Fates booster bundle displays. They have current prices right at about $400 and a little bit above. This one's $375, but add $15 for shipping. The rest are all $410, $408, $409 at a price point that's still relatively accessible, but certainly on its way in the upward trajectory. I think also because there has been no rumors or any inkling that this set is going to be reprinted. So Paldean Fates is my first pick for sets to watch. Stop number 2, Obsidian Flames. Now, I made an entire YouTube video about this about 2 months ago, and I still stand by everything I said in that, and I'll show you why. The Pokemon Center exclusive ETB, currently selling with a market price of $163. It's gained 83% since the beginning of September, and the main reason for that is because of this guy, the Pokemon Center stamped Charmander promo. This thing is an anomaly. Market price of $86.35. It's gained 96% since the beginning of September, and the reason for that is because graded PSA 10s of this sell for $975, $871, $820, $810, $1,000 outright. This card lives in a league of its own in terms of being a modern promo card. There is of course the Charizard chase card from this set, which got a lot of love when it first came out, and then it seemed like it fell from grace a little bit, especially when Paldean Fates came out with that other Charizard. It's gained 30% since the beginning of September. The current market price is $60. All of the recent solds are between $55 and $60. And this card sells in a PSA 10 pretty consistently for right at around $300, $350, $290, $360, $350, $340. That's certainly nothing to complain about in terms of a PSA 10 of a chase card from a set, especially from Scarlet and Violet. Now, if it were me looking to pick up some sealed product of Obsidian Flames, this is what I would be looking at: a sealed case of Obsidian Flames booster boxes. It's gained 14% since the beginning of September. However, you can see here pretty much all of these listings are for $750, $749, $99, $750. Now, I know that's a lot, but when you compare it to a sealed case of Surging Sparks, which has current listings of over 1,100, it makes sense to get your foot in the door when something is on the low end rather than the high end. People are all buying up these cases of Surging Sparks, and who knows what they're going to do. It's done so well, they might just reprint it outright. Now, of course, they could do that with Obsidian Flames, but it's pretty far removed from its release. So it would make more sense for a Surging Sparks appetite to be quenched as opposed to a Obsidian Flames. So that's what I would be looking at. Obsidian Flames, sealed booster box cases. I think it's still affordable for what it is. It's a Charizard chase set. We can never second guess a Charizard chase set. My third and final set to watch is Twilight Masquerade, and the main reason is because Pokemon openly came out and said, hey, this set was short printed. Now, this will lead me to point you in the direction of making sure that when you do find, if and when you find any sort of deal on sealed products, I would recommend jumping on them because the pull of that Greninja is very strong. It's a very hard card to pull. The Pokemon Center exclusive ETB right now has a market price of $82, only up 4% since the beginning of September. You can see the listings here basically between $80 and $90, which isn't necessarily priced out of being picked up. And the reason, of course, that everyone wants to open Twilight Masquerade, realistically, the only reason people want to open Twilight Masquerade is this Greninja. Near mint holofoils currently have a market price of $333. It's up 16.32% since the beginning of September. It's a beautiful card by a beautiful artist, and PSA 10s of this have sold above 700 or right at around 700 consistently for some time now. And again, I'm going to show booster boxes here for products that I would have my eye on to see if I couldn't find a deal. But realistically, I think this would stand for really any sealed product for Twilight Masquerade again, because I think it's going to be harder to come by sooner than the majority of these other sets from all of Scarlet and Violet, really, but especially the ones that I'm talking about in this video. Current market price for the booster box is $153. It's up 13% since the beginning of September, and as you can see, it's gone up and then it's dipped back down and leveled off a little bit. I think a lot of that is because focus shifted to the newer sets of Surging Sparks, Prismatic on its way, the Team Rocket set. But again, I think the pull of this Greninja is very real, and I think people are going to be chasing it down the road for some time to come. There you guys have it. Those are my 3 picks currently from Scarlet and Violet that I think are going to start doing really well. And I want to reiterate that when everyone's attention is in one place, there's always an opportunity in another. I think the 3 sets that I talked about highlight that point perfectly. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe on the way out. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.